happy 10th of December, happy 10th day of Vlogmas. How are you all today? I hope that you're doing well and that you're having a really lovely week so far. I am good, thank you. I definitely am on the mend, so really happy about that for sure. And yeah, I'm a little bit tired this morning though. I am still trying to get used to not having a nap during the day. That's proving somewhat troublesome. But on the whole, I feel good. So yeah, really looking forward to tomorrow actually, because as most of you know, my Wednesdays are my flexi day. So I can have a bit of a lie-in tomorrow and I can take the day as it comes. I've got a bit of work to do tomorrow, but I can also do a bit of catch up in terms of all my knitting and crochet projects. That's going to be much needed. Anyway, I'm going to get stuck in and we're going to start with the Toft Advent. As I said yesterday, we are very, very rapidly running out of, in fact, today is the last big box. That sounds like yarn to me. So now it is all little boxes. That's very curious. Put that there. I did struggle yesterday, but I did manage to finish yesterday's clue. So I will show you that later. It's very, very adorable. But today is day 10. And as I say, it feels like yarn. And this is our last big box. How curious. Will it be more skin tone or will it be a whole different colour? Here we go. Oh. Ooh. Oh, okay, yeah. This is mushroom. It looks more green on the camera, but it's definitely a brown colour. Oh, I do apologise. Something just turned off. I think it was my... Sorry, I'm looking at my screen. My light turned off. It's on a timer. I didn't realise that was the time. 7:30 must be the time it turns off. But there we go. Mushroom. So that is a bit more brown than it's coming off on the camera. It does look slightly green. In fact, if I hold it up against my brown top, you can see it's a slightly darker brown. Right. That's what we've got for Toft. Next, we have... I'll move that. Super crinkly. Next we have the Fibre Fox Advent. I really want to keep this box. I've kept the one that I got from Woolly Mama last year, but yeah, I don't want to end up with loads of boxes that I don't know what to do with. That's the only thing. But isn't it a lovely box? Anyway, that's a dilemma for future me. So for now, we are on day 10 of the Fibre Fox Advent. And I really need actually to get all these out, all Fibre Fox, and line them all up so you can see them all together again. It is beautiful, I've got to say. Right, are we ready? Ooh, oh no, this is definitely my favourite shade now. That's lovely, isn't it? Yes. I'm loving how these, I don't know if I've already said, that's beautiful purple, that. I don't know if I've said this before, but I really like that it's a tonal with the speckles. The speckles really, really give it a bit more depth. But lovely. Okay, next one. We have Yarn and Books, Beehive Yarn. I didn't notice what today's colourway is called. Let me grab that out. So this will be a surprise to me as it is to you. Oh, number 10 is Treasure Island. Right, where is number 10? That's the question. There it is. So number 10, this one is ready for me. Look at this, it's ready to go. Number 10. I wonder what colour we're going to start going into. It'll be interesting. So day 10. Ooh, that. Is it me or does that have a slight pinkness to it? We've come from red. I'll hold them up. That is really intriguing. We've come from red. There you go, you can see that. And I'm wondering if we're heading into like a pink. I don't know. That is really lovely, isn't it? Oh, it just looks so good with everything. Right, that brings us on to the yarn artist. I keep looking in all the wrong places. I've got my ring light here, it's not on. I keep looking at that thinking it's the camera. Then I have my, this is my setup by the way. Then I have my tablet below my phone, which is basically mirroring what my phone is recording so that I can see that I've got things in frame, everything's in focus and so on and so forth. But because, I do apologise, I've got sleep in my eye as well, it's wonderful. Because I am moving on the screen down there, I keep looking at that screen by default, all the ring light, just everywhere but where I need to be looking. I do apologise. Anyway, the Yarn Artist Advent. Let me see, where are we? Day 10. It's a total mess in there, but there we go, day 10. So yesterday was sunflowers, which is obviously a yellow. So I wonder where we've been being taken today. Here we go. Ooh. Oh no, we're not focusing again. Come on. Oh dear, I do apologise. I don't know what is happening. Hey Google, turn lamp on. There we go. Oh, that's better. Okay, so I need the lamp on. Right, here we go. Ooh, okay. So we've gone from yellow back to this sort of bluey colour. That's intriguing. So it's kind of a fade, but kind of not. That's very intriguing. But here is today's painting. Beautiful. Ooh, yes. Right. So now let me kind of tidy up. I don't know why I always do this. I insist on tidying up a little bit after I've opened everything. Oh, I don't need this. There we go. Right, if you need that though. Today's colours are, again, beautiful. Here we go. Ooh, dear. No, that's not ideal. Let me grab that. There we go. So those are today's colours. Really lovely once again. And again, I really like that they're all slightly different, but they're also quite complementary to each other. Very, very pretty. So those are the yarns for today. Plans for today are, I will do exactly the same as I did yesterday. Go back to work for a bit. Then I will get myself ready for going out to the office for a couple of hours. I will do my best to do some work on the Toft Advent this morning because that really helped me out last night by doing a bit this morning before I went to work. Then I need to put this yarn in my Advent cardigan bag. This needs to go on here. I tidy up as well, of course. Of course I need to tidy up because that's always helpful coming home to a slightly tidy house. Despite the fact that the house is extremely messy because we are trying to sort as well, but that's just a very slow process. It's been going on for years and we will get there eventually. We have a very good reason to get there eventually, but yeah, once again, that's not really something I can confirm nor deny at this point in time. But there we are, doing some Toft. I've got to go to work and then I will be home and I'll probably do pretty much the same as I did yesterday. So I'll probably spend about half an hour just working on projects and then I will do my final check-in for you all. Tomorrow should be a bit better. I should be able to get a little bit more footage here and there throughout the day, and I should be able to do a bit more crafting as well. I need to actually have a look at what's going on with my day tomorrow, to be honest. Get myself organised. Anyway, I will check back with you all in a little bit. Good afternoon, everyone. I am back for my final check-in of today. I am rather happy to be home, I've got to tell you. It has been a rather busy day at work. A good day, just very busy. And I left work a little bit later than usual today, which is fine. I don't mind that. But it did mean that the traffic was a little bit heavier than I'm used to. But I got home and I'm here. I have done a little bit of work on my Toft Advent. I am caught up. I just need to sew in some ends. And I did have a bit of trouble with one of the pieces, which I'll explain in a moment. So, using the mushroom, we made this, which looks like a little satchel, which again plays into my theory of it being Hansel and Gretel. Now, I think I said this like on day 2 when we got the key, but I don't think that footage actually made it. But in my head, I've been thinking it's Hansel and Gretel. It's definitely a fairy tale of some sort, but whether it's Hansel and Gretel, not quite sure, but that's what I thought. But this satchel could play into that a bit, I think. If it's a satchel, it probably isn't, but who knows? As you can see, I've not tied in any of my ends at all. And I would have got a bit further on this and I would have filmed a lot sooner, because I started working on it before I went to work this morning, so before I left the house to go to the office. But I was having real trouble with it, because Kerry mentions about doing the invisible stitching, the invisible crocheting. So when you're crocheting back and forth in rows, the idea of the invisible row is to come in at it from the front when you're crocheting on the wrong side, because that then reverses the nature of the stitch and it makes it look like everything is done on the right side. Terrible way of explaining it, but Kerry does go into explaining that. I think it's in Bo, the Chinese dragon. That is a really good tutorial for looking at the invisible row and how it works. I'm really used to doing it. I really like doing it. However, today's clue completely threw me, because we were supposed to do the invisible row on row 2, which I did. And then when you do something else at the end of row 2 and then start working in the round, that then put me on the wrong side. So me having done the invisible stitching made no point. It made no sense, because it meant that it was on the outside, if that, yeah, hard to explain. Anyway, I was going back and forth, getting really confused. Then I thought I'll wait until the video comes out and I'll check it when I get home, which I did, and that just confused me even more. I even checked the comments of the video and there was someone else that was saying the same thing as I did, so I feel a bit better that it wasn't just me that was a bit confused by it. So all that to say, I have completely omitted the invisible row this time. Hello everyone, editing me here. I am just slipping in while I'm editing my video, because during editing I had a further thought about this piece, and I think perhaps that row 2 issue that I was having with the invisible row, I think perhaps it would have worked, because if this is visible on the front of the doll, then that means that the invisible row would have been correct on row 2. So I just wanted to correct myself in what I was saying. You can't see that, there we go. So this piece here was the piece that I was concerned about with doing that invisible row, and I just didn't think it would be any point in doing it. But as I say, if this piece is actually intended to be visible, then it makes sense, and I am a fool basically. But that's it is what it is. I've done what I've done. I didn't want to stress about it. I just wanted to enjoy the crochet, so I just ignored the invisible row this time. But as I say, thinking about it from listening to myself waffle, it makes sense. So my bad, I do apologise. Everything was correct. I just clearly didn't have a good brain on my shoulders this morning, nor this afternoon apparently, but editing me clearly has a better brain on my shoulders. Anyway, I'll let you get back to me. But it doesn't matter, it's one row out of everything, it really doesn't matter. So I just decided to let it go and just finish the piece. Here it is. Really happy that that is done, apart from the fact that I haven't sewn any ends in. I'm not in an end mood today at all. And then these were the other 2 pieces. So these look like shoes to me, so they're probably shoes for the other doll. So we did those shoes in Cocoa earlier on in the Advent that had like little, what's the word, cuffs? I don't think shoes have cuffs, do they? But they had sides. And then these are just little booties. Really sweet. So those are the clues for today, and they are all done apart from the fact of sewing in those ends, which I will get done probably tomorrow, because I've got a bit more time on my hands tomorrow. Now, Nana's visit, I've had the email through, and today is clue 5 of the pattern. So it does say I will need colour 3 and piece 2. So from what I can tell, we're working off of piece 2, and I think that plays into what one of your wonderful selves did mention in the comments below. You did mention that you've done this gnome, I think, was it 3 years now? 3 years or maybe 2 years. So you know better than I. But what you did mention is that gnomes always have hats. I think you're definitely correct there. I've never seen a gnome without a hat. And you did mention that it usually works from the hat down. So, or that tends to be how it goes. So that seems to be what's happening today. I haven't done it, I've not had time, but I will hopefully get started on that either this evening or tomorrow. The nice thing about this Nana's visit is that you don't get a piece of the pattern every day, so it gives me chance to kind of catch up if I'm falling behind. So I don't mind getting behind with this one. This one's not too bad to get behind with. Toft, on the other hand, I need to keep up, and I forgot this because last year I was it was a lot last year as well, but I don't help myself because I want to work on everything. So there we have it. I will work on Nana's visit tomorrow. I'm quite excited to do that actually and get a bit more of a feel for what's going on. I think perhaps I made a mistake in jumping in. I mean, it's perfectly fine, but I mean, jumping into doing a gnome pattern being a mystery. I should have perhaps had a go at one of her other gnomes. So Sarah, is it Sarah Shearer? It doesn't say it on this piece of paper. I think it was Sarah Shearer of Imagined Landscapes. I will have it linked below anyway, so if I have said anything incorrect, the pattern is linked below if you're curious. So yeah, I perhaps should have had a practice at making a gnome before diving into a mystery one, but I think I'm doing it right. The one piece is over here actually, you can just see it's finished blocking, and I think that is really sweet. But I think for me it was just I was confused because I feel like I know how this piece works, and then I had a hat and I didn't think the hat would go under the hood. I don't know, I'll be patient. We've still got 11 more days, is that right? Is this 21 days? Oh goodness me, do you know what, it's been a long day. Let's just crack on, shall we? So that's where I'm at with Nana's visit. I am not up to date, but that's perfectly fine. Oh, my alarm is going off. Oh no, oh I'm so sorry, it's Michelle's live. I need to hurry up and hope she's still live when I'm done. So that's Michelle of Shell Star Stitches. Please check her out, she will be linked below. Every day she's been going live at 5 and opening her advents with us all, so highly recommend checking her out. I do apologise, Michelle, I have missed your live this time, but tomorrow I will be there. So now then, what's next? Oh, the Radvent cardigan is next, and here it is. That is where I'm at the moment. I have managed to finish colour 4 and I've added in colour 5. I think you can actually see where colour 5 joined here. So I've done quite a bit of colour 5. In my head, looking at it, I reckon I can finish colour 5. It's been a long day. I can finish colour 5 tonight and then add in colour 6 for tomorrow. That is my plan on that front. Yeah, as I say, I know I'm going to be behind with this, but I will catch up once we get past the 12th day Advent. So there we are, that is where I am at. My nose has gone really, really itchy, so oh my goodness. Oh dear, I do apologise. So tomorrow is Wednesday, and I've said this so many times, but it is my flexi day. I do have a bit of work in the morning to do. I also have work for another client to do, and I also have a meeting with my business coach tomorrow. So there's a lot happening and I need to figure out what I'm doing because I wanted to go out as well tomorrow. Rob's going to hopefully get my bike out tonight and set that up for me, so I need to move the treadmill actually. Oh, my nose is really annoying. But I'm hoping to get a little bit more footage for you tomorrow, and I'm hoping it's going to be a bit more interesting with a bit more crafty goodness, because today, severely lacking on the crafty goodness, I'm afraid. Anyway, I am going to leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. As always, it really does mean the absolute world to me. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.